Kaylee Bryson will be making her ARCA Menards Series West debut and technically her NASCAR sanctioned debut as well in the Cook Racing Technologies number 17 Chevrolet in the upcoming race this weekend at Sonoma. And Matthew, just want to get your thoughts real quick. We've been talking a lot about Kaylee on the Women in Motorsports program the last couple of years. She's had an interesting last couple of seasons with part of Toyota Racing Development Program, has now found a home in USAC and Trans Am. Kind of took me by surprise. I didn't think ARCA was really in the cards for her, not because she wasn't qualified to make such an appearance, but because I thought that the opportunity kind of passed her by and she was more focused on different series at this point in her career. But what's your reaction to the news that she's going to be driving in the ARCA West race this coming weekend at Sonoma?
Kind of a heck yeah. I love to see new faces in the sport. And granted, she's been in motorsport, but it's really cool. I like the idea specifically like women in motorsport. If you talk about Taylor Reimer, you talk about Tony Breidinger starting in the USACs and the dirt cars and then coming over to stock cars. I think what Kaylee does a little differently is Trans Am, and she's won a few races regardless of the class she's in and stuff. There's veterans in there as well. But it's awesome, and it's not like she's never been in a stock car on a road course. She has been, and she's won in it. And I think it's really a great thing for these drivers to try to get in anything, whether it's a dirt car, whether it's just on a road course, just doing anything. I know I was helping people out over at Hornaday with Landon Lewis and Isaac Kitzmiller going out and doing a 8-hour Sebring road course. That's like an awesome opportunity. You saw Quapple did it, that same team, Low Country Motorsports. Awesome idea just to get in the seat. There's kids out there too. Carson Brown's a name you're going to be hearing a lot of. That kid will get in anything that has wheels and race. So it just shows that it's so awesome for these drivers, and then specifically Kaylee jumping on that train as well, getting in anything, whether it's dirt, whether it's asphalt. Now an ARCA West car, which I think you'll be able to see that in person, which is pretty awesome. So it's really cool to see, and you got to love it for the sport. You see people from Trans Am like Thomas Annunziata got his first ARCA victory. Yep. He does a heck of a job in Trans Am if you pay attention over there with Nitro Motorsports. So I love to see it personally. I love the idea. Even women in motorsport, it's such an awesome opportunity for her to showcase her talent. Maybe not a lot of people know her from the asphalt world that don't pay attention to dirt or vice versa. Now she can bring those dirt fans that she's grown a tremendous following over there, bring those to the ARCA West series. So I'm always open for new people. Heck yeah, in my opinion. So I look forward to this coming week, and then Flow Racing. I pay for that subscription and watch a lot of other stuff, so hopefully I'm able to tune in for that one as well.
Yes, and you're right. I will be there with Brock Beard and lastcar.info this weekend in just a few days here. If you don't watch the Women in Motorsports show, you're not as familiar with Kaylee Bryson. She's the first woman to advance to the A main at the Chili Bowl. She did that in 2022 and then again in 2023, and Jade Avedissian did it as well that year, became the second female driver to accomplish that. And she's the reigning Trans Am SGT class champion. She moved up to XGT this year. Matthew, as you mentioned, has won a couple of races. There is the caveat there, but that is a smaller class. I think there were only 2 cars in her class for her first win, and I think she was the only car in her class in her most recent victory there. But she won several SGT races as well last year, as I think car counts ranging from 5 to 7. And there's plenty of great competition in that series as well for her to learn from veterans and should be able to share the track with them. So I think she's doing everything right for her career. She's made the business connections and hasn't had to worry about sponsorship as much, has been kind of in the right place at the right time there. Won a USAC midget race as well. So again, like I've always said on the Women in Motorsports show, I think her future career path is going to be something to keep an eye on. I think she's got a lot of talent, and coming up this weekend here, I don't know if she is going to be able to win the race, but I think if she is able to keep the car clean and bring it home in the top 10, I don't think that's an unrealistic goal for her. Maybe even top 5 if she catches some lucky breaks here. Of course, we know there is usually an increased level of competition when it comes to the West Series race at Sonoma. It's kind of like their Daytona 500, getting to share the track with the Cup Series. Although in the recent years of the trucks and Xfinity cars have been out there, we've seen some of the Cup drivers drop down to those series instead. I think Ryan Preece was maybe the exception when he won in that Stuart Haas car a couple of years ago. But some of the Xfinity drivers actually do the same thing from their series. They drop down into the West Series race. So there's going to be some good competition, but I think that's only going to benefit her and this opportunity that she's got making the start, and she's going to be in good equipment, like we mentioned with the Cook Racing Technologies team. So certainly looking forward to that, and looking forward to the entire weekend there, covering that with Brock Beard for the 4th year in a row here.